Because of the recent significant upgrade, we must discuss Social Security and Medicaid. There has been a lot of discussion about Social Security, Medicaid, Medicare, SNAP benefits, and all of these other social programs. However, due to wildfires in California, many of these reports have been buried in the news articles during the last few days. I have some excellent news for you, and we need to get past that. I'm Bayana, and welcome to Today in America's Reports. In just a moment, I'll break everything down for you. If you enjoy staying updated with our daily insights, don't forget to hit that like button. Now, let's dive right in. The good news is that there have been some significant updates. The Speaker, Mike Johnson, provides an update on the plans for Medicaid and Social Security. I want to talk about these two things. I want to play this footage for you because, once more, what we are hearing is really essential. This is Speaker Mike Johnson himself.
The President has made very clear Social Security and Medicare have to be preserved, and we are not, no one is coming in with the intention of cutting benefits in any way or anything, but we have to look at all spending and look at it very deliberately while maintaining those commitments. The Republican Party is not going to cut benefits, okay? We've made that very clear over and over and over, and that's the commitment of the White House and the commitment of this Republican conference. We do know, however, at the same time, there are many, many areas of fraud, waste.
He claims that the government is too big and that there are numerous instances of fraud, waste, and abuse. I'll go into more detail about this later, but the reason I'm bringing it up now is because Speaker Mike Johnson is a Republican. Additionally, Donald Trump, the president-elect, stated that the Republican Party will not slash Medicare or Social Security. They won't make any cuts. However, they have also publicly stated that reform of some kind is required in order to stop giving benefits to people who are obtaining them unlawfully. Consequently, illegal immigration or cases of fraud abuse where individuals attempt to obtain checks from several states. Because once more, the government is too big, each state has its own office and agency, and some states, like Washington State, don't want to communicate with Oregon. In the end, those who know how to game the system or technically swindle the U.S. government are doing so because Oregon doesn't want to interact with California and so on and so forth, and it just spreads throughout the U.S. Because once more, if they can get away with it long enough, the U.S. government will eventually realize that the individual has been receiving these checks for a long time. But after a number of years, 20, 30, whatever, it's decided that they won't be living for very long. That's what we're seeing right now. So we're just going to let it go. However, listen to this while I play the remainder of this clip for you.
And abuse. The government is too large. The agencies are too many. There have too many divisions and employees and all the rest. And there will be a very deliberate auditing of all of that in various aspects as we go through the process.
I do want to read you a few things, though, because I believe that what we are hearing now is very important. Look at this right here. It's for Social Security. He stated there that there would be a very deliberate auditing of the entire process, and that's what we're going to see. No one is coming in with the intention of cutting benefits in any way or anything, but we have to look at the spending and look at it very deliberately while maintaining those commitments. In fact, Mike Johnson said that. Have a look. This comes from Kevin Thompson, a finance expert and founder and CEO of 9i Capital Group. He states that Johnson has pledged that Republicans will uphold their commitment not to cut entitlement programs like Social Security. I believe they will avoid addressing the issue directly and leave it for the next administration to tackle, as this stance was a key part of their campaign. However, if Trump were to seek a lasting legacy, something that aligns with his character, he might attempt to reinforce entitlement programs in a way that cements his place in history, much like FDR did with Social Security. Now, I'd like to address that one as well, because it doesn't only come from this guy. This Kevin Thompson individual has been voicing concerns for years that the present administration refuses to address. Since we contributed to Medicare and Medicaid, Social Security will not affect these programs. This is effectively done in an effort to delay this and shift the responsibility to the incoming administration. We do know, however, that the Trump administration, which will take office on January 20th, will only serve for 4 years. He has already completed his first term as president, serving 4 years. He has 1 term left, and these will be his final 4 years in office. So the Social Security Administration or the Social Security Trust Fund will become insolvent by 2034. Some expect it to be in 2032 or 2033, implying that Donald Trump and the Trump administration, who will take office in 11 days, will only serve until the beginning of 2029. Keep this in mind, 2029, which means they will be out of office for another 4 to 5 years before the Social Security Trust Fund goes insolvent. Medicaid, on the other hand, may become insolvent sooner. Now, I'd like to read a little of this one right here. Speaker Mike Johnson gives an update on plans for Medicaid. This is what it says right here. There's some talk about work requirements in various aspects, but we haven't determined the final parameters of it yet. That'll be a bicameral discussion. He talks about Medicaid, and we are aware that there will be work restrictions. And this is the reason I'm showing that to you. Look at this. It says, could your SNAP food stamps benefits take a hit in 2025? I would like to show the 3 recommended adjustments to you. Take a peek at the first one right here. Removing presidential authority to recalculate SNAP benefits says a bill in 2018 allowed the president to increase SNAP benefits, even if doing so would also increase the national debt as a response. The Washington Post noted that Republicans believe removing this power could reduce the deficit by as much as tens of billions of dollars. And it could. That's one limit food items that SNAP recipients can purchase. There's actually a person that's pushing for this as well. Says House Republicans have been pushing for some time with previous bills to limit which food items SNAP recipients can purchase with their benefit. Doing so could reduce SNAP cost. Reducing the number of things available for purchase is the other thing you should consider. The issue is that it will actually make the other things more expensive. Remember this. There is currently a proposal to ban junk food, specifically junk food that consists of chips, sodas, and candy bars, as these items can already be purchased with your EBT card or SNAP benefits in order for you to purchase such items. The problem is that if we do away with those, you won't be able to purchase a bag of chips, which is junk food once more. Okay, so I'm going to go get something healthier instead of chips. Let's say a protein bar. A bag of chips will cost you $1.99. A protein bar I recently purchased at Target, and I believe it costs $3.99. That's double the price, so if it's going to help, it might lower the cost. But again, some experts think it will increase costs. And now for the big one. Increase work requirements for SNAP. Remember that this is not only for SNAP, it's also for Medicaid. The Washington Post reported that lawmakers are considering an expansion of work requirements for eligibility for SNAP to make benefits more difficult to attain. Republicans want to include work requirements because, according to several reports, if you are eligible to work, you are capable of working, and there is a job out there for you, but you turn it down to receive government benefits. It makes no sense. Instead, you should go work now that you are getting paid per hour or whatever, and you can use your hard-earned money to buy those exact same things. I won't say this in this article, but they are also trying to make it harder to obtain. We'll see what happens there, but as of right now, as far as we know, there are a lot of discussions going on, and many changes could be coming. The good news is that Republicans, including Speaker Mike Johnson and President Trump himself, have stated that Republicans will not make any cuts to these programs. However, for some people, they simply want to take the easy route out, and for others, they are physically incapable of working. We'll see what happened next, but that's what we currently know. Once more, thank you for watching. Please consider subscribing, and I'll see you on the next one.